Hi, I'm Melissa Griffin, contributing editor for Healthcare Packaging. This Pack Expo Las Vegas 2021 featured the Packaging and Processing Women's Leadership Network Breakfast, where Stephanie Neal, the editor-in-chief of OEM Magazine, conducted a panel with keynote speaker Tracy Noonan, CEO and co-founder of Wicked Good Cupcakes, Sharron Gilbert, president and CEO of Septimatech and co-chair of PPWLN, Jan Tharp, president and CEO of Bumblebee Seafood Company and other co-chair of PPWLN, and Yolanda Malone, the vice president of Global R&D Foods Packaging at PepsiCo. PMMI's Packaging and Processing Women's Leadership Network serves to connect, recruit, retain, and advance women's careers within the industry. PPWLN holds a number of tools such as videos, podcasts, and events, both live and virtual, throughout the year. The panel had the theme of the new world of work, which has developed since the beginning of COVID. Let's see what Jan has to say about employee quality and opportunities within the company as concerns remote work.
Yeah, I think that that's something that we're all trying to figure out. So during COVID, we have hired several people inside the company at executive levels. We're based in San Diego, and most of those people are not required to move to San Diego. So it's actually opened up a whole new world of talent for us. And when we look at that and we think, well, how do we get the best and the brightest? Well, the best and the brightest may not want to move to San Diego. We've got to embrace the fact that this is not the same world that we were all living in 2 years ago. And I think we're in the middle of it. If you look at COVID as a book, there are chapters of the book, and I think we're someplace in the middle. And I don't have all the answers, but I do know that we have a huge opportunity to allow people to be the best versions of themselves and give them the flexibility and say, you know what, take a look, there's a lot of negative with COVID, but let's focus on the positive. The positive for us is we've been able to attract rock star talent into our company by being a little bit more open with respect to where people actually do that work. Is that going to prevent them from getting opportunities? No, I think that leads into another discussion of how are you effective in this new world of work? It is different. If you're not in the boardroom anymore and you're on a computer, it's a different toolbox. So I think that really puts a little bit more pressure on the team member to say, if you want to live in Antarctica and you've got an internet connection and I don't have to know that you're living in Antarctica and you can still be as effective, then I'm going to embrace that. And so I think it becomes a discussion on how do you maneuver in this new world of remote work.
Stephanie leaned on a survey that showed that the majority of women who consider themselves the primary careholders for children under the age of 18, who lost their jobs or decided to return home due to the pandemic to take care of those children, do not plan on returning to the workforce. Jan gives some thoughts on how to incentivize women to come back.
If you look at pre-COVID and you look at manufacturing, and it was all about customization and finding products that were very much individualistic. If you could take that thinking and move that over to human resources and say, you know what, we're going to be very individualistic. We're going to be very customized in how we go out and attract talent because everybody is different. And you look at it and say, okay, this person has children. They may need a different work environment. They may need different work times, and you can be flexible with that. And I think you can attract people. I think it's when you are rigid or you think that it is a one size fits all. I hope that if anything comes out of COVID, that we realize that there is no such thing as one size fits all. Mm-hmm. It doesn't. And so we need to understand and embrace that every single one of us are different.
The discussion continues with a more general diversified workforce. Let's see what Sharron and Yolanda have to say on the topic.
Our corporation actually recognized that we do have a gap of women leaders, Black, Hispanic leaders in the organization, both male and female. And it's part of the culture of having the dialogue of what's missing, how do we connect and understanding, but also, as you said, some flexibility. What does work look like for you at the job in order to advance? What are you looking for? And being flexible and understanding. And I think the culture really helps to set that when you think about coming into work and what are my opportunities, but walking the walk as you talk the talk. Mm-hmm. And I think for PepsiCo, that's what we're striving to do, is ensure that we're not just saying it's really nice to have, a diverse leadership team. We're actually progressing and showing that we're serious about it. We're hiring more leaders that are Black and Hispanic talent. We're showcasing them within our ranks on our boards as we do some major changing.
Yes, we're always looking for diversity in our workforce. And, we're reaching into the different schools that are local to us, trying to put together some programs, work with our employees too. It's word of mouth as well. And, as Jan was saying, the flexibility in the workplace, job sharing, part-time, it's not necessarily 9 to 5, Monday to Friday anymore. It's 24/7. And what works best for their families. And it's not necessarily we're finding the women who need some support. It's a lot of our male counterparts as well, who also are trying to juggle family as well. So just again, trying to be really creative, and schools seem to be a big part of it, and then the word of mouth.
Watch the full panel and keynote at the URL on screen and check out our podcast with Tracy Noonan.